All right, so we have the widget here, and because this is a this particular widget is of a particular size, right? If you remember that we should one of the things that we want to display here is, as we are editing, we would like to show a preview underneath, right, of what this might how this might render, depending on whatever we are selecting here as well. Okay, so not only should we be able to edit here the content of the title, but also the size of that widget. So let's see what that might do, right? So first we'll need to be able to capture each widget having that piece of data. Not only do we have the title or the text, we also might want the size as an integer, right? Int size, which by default in for the heading might be the size is 2. The default is the size 2, right? So let's generate the code for the setters and getters. Setters and getters for the size, and so now on the client side, as it's being rendered for the heading, we don't really just want to display the title here. Where's our title? When notice in the editing, notice that we're just displaying the title. Yes. Instead, we want to be able to show what? Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, depending on the size, right? So just let's see if we have the size here. Let's print out the size. Make sure that is coming from the server. Let's see. It's not. Oh, because we changed the we didn't restart the server. So let's restart the server. We did change it. Let's restart it. So we do get the headings with initial size of 2. So let's refresh this. There we go. So these are heading widgets that have size 2, right? And for the other topic, we have a heading widget that is also size 2 by default. Yes. So here, when we are rendering the preview, we could use the size to drive what do we actually want to render, as heading 1, heading 2. So what we could do here is that instead of having the title here, we could have a couple of if statements here that says, if the size is equal to 1, then I'm going to render as h1 with the title, this dot state dot widget dot title, as size 1. Wait, what happened here? Oh no, this is down in here. There we go. What don't you like? Oh, we don't need this curly bracket over here. There we go. Instead, if the size is 2, then we're going to use h2. If the size is 3, then we're going to render as 3. Okay, notice now that this. Oh wait, what? Okay, no, these are all expressions. These are all expressions. Curly bracket, close curly bracket, close curly bracket. Okay, there's widget Z, right, which is rendering as size 2. Right, we can take a look at how it's rendering, and you'll notice that it is indeed h2. See that? And for topic 111, we have 2 widgets. Widgets A and C are both headings and size 2. Right, and when we're editing, what we'd like to be able to do is change this to a different size heading, right, and re-update. Okay, so let's take a look at how we would do that. So one of the things that we can do here is that the options should take. Notice that by default, notice that it's saying that the heading is 1, but really it should be heading 2. Is whatever comes from the server. We would like to update this input field, this drop down, with whatever the server comes back with that size. So just like we are driving the title from the state, we can also drive this with the same thing, with the state, because we're copying the entire widget in our local state. So we could drive this right, and map the value of this of the select as this dot state dot widget dot size, which has a value of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Right? It has to be mapped into one of these to be the currently selected one, right? So to map it, you can give these individual values. If you don't give it a value, the default value is the actual text inside of the option tags, right? Or you can override it and say that the actual value is whatever the value tag attribute says here. Oops, copy, paste. This is the actual value, so that if the state says 3, it matches this one, and then it selects heading 3. Right. So let's see. Oops. Did I paste something wrong? Oh. No, option. What? Save. Okay, if we edit, notice that it's heading 2. See that? That heading 2 is coming from the server, and that is selecting what it is. Now notice that it's not going to let me change it. It's not letting me change. Just like before, it wasn't letting me edit it. Right? So let's fix that.